Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are going to continue through the Cathedral, through the Berserker area. This is the third of the Cathedral, so we will be running the ISIS version of what we ran yesterday with the Queen build, and we will be then running a different build altogether for the Berserker, which will be important to make sure that we do not run what we are running here, because he is extra resistant to everything we are running here. So we will have to go for a little bit something different. So without further ado, let's continue on. Now you will notice that this will play fairly similar to what we had yesterday with Queen. There won't be too many besides that, there won't be too many noticeable differences, and that's a quite wonderful way to start a setup here. But it's all the same business as usual as we had from yesterday's onslaught, where we are basically killed in one hit all the time. There is no bones about it. That is what that was supposed to look like with that previous attack there. However, we did not get so lucky on the first one. So yesterday we were saying that, one-on-one encounters, well, there you go. There is the proof that I cannot even follow my own instructions. Now, we could go over there and do all that business, but there's no real reason, as we can... Oops. That was a waste of I-core, unfortunately. So now we can go for this enemy here and destroy this fine specimen here very, very easily, very, very quickly. And that is very important, just to make sure that we don't have any complications here getting to this switch, because this is kind of a pain to continually run around. You can get on top of this cupola here if you have lightning charge, and you go off of the edge there. You can bridge this amount of gap with lightning charge to get up on top. As you are in the frames of lightning charge, actually like approaching a gap or something, you are able... Oh wow, I did not think that she would just stand there. That's definitely interesting. But while your character is bridging the gap, you are able to float at the level that you took off from for the duration of lightning charge. However, as soon as you get to the point where you are either blocking or you are doing something different, then you will not be allowed to continue traversing at the level of launch that you took off from, but you will be going down at that point. So you have to kind of gauge those distances that you can bridge with lightning charge. That is one of them. It doesn't buy you anything really. It just gets you a different vantage point of what you are looking down on into that top floor there from up top. So there's no secrets or anything that you can get to from up there. However, from the tower next to the large lady right over here, there's a tower on the back side of this one, and if you can get up on top of that one, when you go around normally, you can jump across to this pillar that is back here in the background. You can get across to that one, and you can do some interesting skips to go directly to the Ashen Cavern from here. Very, very interesting, very, very different, but it is very, very difficult to do. And the interesting thing about it is that yes, it's possible to make that bridge and jump it from there. However, you have to have lightning charge to do it, which means that you have to beat DLC 3 in some fashion in order to get lightning charge, and then to do that, then to get lightning charge and come back here to the cathedral and actually use it. You're kind of not adding anything to a speed run, but it is interesting for runs anyways if you choose to think about something like that. Hello? There. Oh. Okay. I had the dodge wrong, but I didn't realize she was running over to the edge just to come and make me come through there. So, okay. Not a problem. So we do have to run around, even though we got the door opening. We did not get the second door opening. And plus our haze is up there at the top being held hostage. So it is worth it to do the runaround yet again. We could, and we have to go up there anyways if we are trying to open this door from the alternate direction. So it's just worth it if we go this way already. Okay. Now she will stagger yet again. And you can see that it's basically the same exact feeling and damage and everything we had from yesterday. So yesterday we did 67.99, and here we did 67.68. So it's like a damage of 30 difference. So if you have Isis, yet again, you can have a very, very good alternative to the Queen damage values. So you're not really missing much. It's just Queen is obviously it's the higher tier code of basically everything that Isis is. If you are considering a build such as this. So very, very interesting that you can have two codes that basically do identical things. And they are not anywhere close to each other in the game. And they perform very differently from each other. However, for a build like this, in a place like this, with these kind of tools, they are virtually identical to each other. So no real big loss or gain here, whether we are using Isis or Queen. Kind of interesting how that can happen and how that does happen, that you have two codes that basically do the exact same things. Okay, here she comes. And she will teleport now. Okay. And let's go for the double poke stagger to make sure that we get enough chance to get backstabs going here. Okay, not bad. Now, in order to make sure that we get the door here, it's best if we just run over and pull the switch, because this fine lady is going to run over, and we can use iframes. Okay, and remember, if you get stuck, just poke her twice. Yep, just keep poking her twice until you get to the point where you can get a backstab going, and then blast her out of her misery. And so we had to go up anyways if we wanted to come down this corridor over here, and because we have to open this door anyways, so we could have just come down the corridor and opened these two doors, but better that we do it this way. Okay, so now we will switch to Perseus to make sure that we have at least some kind of build here for the Berserker. This is going to be an interesting one. We'll go ahead and do this first. Make sure that we get enough Ichor back. And we don't want to be attacking while Ichor regeneration is active, because it reduces our attack power by a considerable amount. I'll have the exact formula for you guys at a later time. I've already given it once before, but I don't have my notes right in front of me here at this time because they're somewhere else. So we are up to basically full ichor, so we are ready to go here. We'll go for a couple of things here, and we do have monstrous ichor recovery here. So very, very important that we make use of our abilities here. And we'll go for more ichor here. Okay. Alright. Now you do have to remember that we are normal mobility again. We are not quick mobility. So that is kind of a problem, but no big deal for us, as we will be able to slash our way and slap our way through the Berserker here. Nope. Okay. Now we are out of ichor, so we do need a backstab if we can get it, or a parry, or a launch, or whatever really. Okay. Okay, great. And it's over because of what we are going for here. Going solo against this guy, the ichor recovery is exceptionally important, because of just the fact that we have to make sure that we are always at max ichor, which is why backstabs and parries are absolutely vital for this build setup here. And that was versus the Berserker, and because he has 0 resistance to blood, we are allowed a much higher damage ceiling than we would normally be afforded versus, say, an enemy like this. As you can see, we do very pitiful amount of damage overall, and so we can barely kill one of these enemies with 20, almost 20 ichor. So very bad. Very bad with our build set here, because as you can see, we don't do basically any damage at all until we get a well, really we don't do almost any damage at all. So you can see there, and then even Radiant Barrel at 5829 is a significant decrease in our damage values and our damage potential. So very important that this is super specialized for the Berserker specifically, to make sure that we don't even have final journey or any of those kinds of things. This is just straight up basic damage that you can get. Obviously you do need Perseus from DLC 3. However, this is a very good blood code for this kind of setup. As you see, we are normal mobility, pretty decent dark value, but the important thing here is we have S+ in both mind and willpower for the for the Libertador to do as much damage as possible, plus the additional 44% here that we have. Is that right? Or wait, we have 1.1 times 1.2, 32% increase to our damage here. So very good that we have these two along for the ride. If we wanted more damage, obviously we could go for a mobility enhancer and bring up our swift destruction to 20%. Then that would give us another 12% damage increase there, which would be great. Because then that would be 1.2 times 1.2. Yeah, 44%. And so that would be very nice to bring that up another 12 whole percent. From because these multiply from 32% to 44% just by using a mobility enhancer. Or what you could do is you could go for hasten, but you'd have to give up something here because we have a D plus, and we need a C, as you can see there, in Dex. So that could give you the permanent, almost permanent 10 or 12% increase of damage as these multiply, but you'd have to give up something here. Gift speed is very, very important because we have very, very slow rifle gifts here, bayonet gifts, and the Avarice with a Devourer Chrome gives us nearly 20 Ichor on a backstab. So that will fill up all of our needs here in 1 or 2 backstabs or parries. Very, very important. So kind of take it or leave it here for which ones you would prefer, but for now that'll be it for me. A little bit of Berserker action there, no problem, and kind of explaining about why this is so good versus him, and we don't have, excuse me, any of his element reasoning to deal with, because these are both blood gifts. They have the blood damage built into them, and so he has no resistance to the damage element. However, he does have a 50% reduction to pierce, as well as slash and crush in phase 2, and a 25% reduction in phase 1. So very, very unfortunate there for us, but we are able to take good advantage of his 0 blood resistance. So very, very important there. So anyways, that was our little fun for today. Let me know, guys, if this is helpful to understand why this is uniquely set up just for the Berserker, and this is not a adventuring build by any means for the Cathedral. So as you can see, this was our first third of the Cathedral, our second third of the Cathedral, and here is our last third of the Cathedral down here, and we have the very, very, very most difficult invasion coming up, but it's ironically the most difficult invasion that can be cheesed, so kind of funny that way. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm just absolutely flabbergasted that over the past, I don't even know, 2 weeks or whatever, I had like 40 something subscribers. So I don't know what you guys are doing or feeding your kids or whatever, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's very appreciated, and I just don't know where everybody came from all of a sudden, but pretty awesome to see a whole bunch of new faces and a whole bunch of new people here join the channel to watch the Road to 100 and all the other crazy shenanigans we do around here. Very, very much appreciated. So anyways, enough rambling for now, and thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.